Hello and welcome once again to Pakistani Profile. And today I have with me Dr. Awab Alvi, who's not only a dentist but also an author of Teeth Maestro, a prominent Pakistani political blog. Let's welcome Awab Alvi.
Welcome.
How are you, sir?
Not bad.
All right. Sir, how do you manage such varied professions in your daily life, from being a dentist to a blogger?
Well, the fun thing about dentistry and blogging, dentistry I do it is my day job. I do it from about 10:30 to about 5:36, and half the time I'm on Twitter and Facebook at the same time. But Twitter and Facebook is basically just part of the routine. I don't actually make room. While blogging and all this activism is after 5:36, while on my free time, just doing what we can with society, with the things that are. So it's not a tough job, but it definitely takes a lot of time.
All right. Awab, tell me about your blogging website, Teeth Maestro.
Teeth Maestro started off somewhere in 2005. Have been doing it, converted mostly, started from a personal blog, moved it into a political blog and an activist blog. And literally for the past year or so, I've also started neglecting it. I think what has started happening is I've been so consumed with social media and my conversations carry on Facebook and Twitter that I don't have enough content. Technically, I'm so tired of conversing with them that I don't have content to write on as articles on my blog. I'm not a journalist by profession. I'm just using social media to spread my awareness. So what has happened over the past 5 or 6 years, I've actually now realized, and it's been dawning on me for the past month or month and a half, that I don't think blogging is going to be my forte, because other tools, video, podcasting, Facebook, Twitter, has actually overwhelmed my time. So I'm actually thinking about might as well closing down the blog also. Not closing down, but at least reducing it to quite a great extent now.
Okay, you just mentioned that you do have a very strong social presence. So what inspired you? What made you grow to it?
I think when you're talking about these social presence, it's basically you started off with a very unique content, and the content got glued on with other people, and that base kept on growing. And with that, when you have a strong following also, you also start building on that following. And I think with time, what has happened is I've maintained a certain degree of credibility on issues which I have kept, and people have been attracted to it. So I think that credibility is also important. Over the past 4 or 5 years, that's the credibility which probably is the forte now, which I have, and that's what all I see is how I move away from blogging per se and being online journalist, to more like a social media activist and doing all stuff that sort.
Okay, Awab, you're also a member of Off-Roaders Club. What is it all about?
OffertoPakistan is a group of enthusiasts, of off-road vehicle enthusiasts. They actually go out to Balochistan, Sindh, Jate, and they actually take the off-road vehicles and actually go and have a good time, camp out. Because the problem in Pakistan is you don't have places to go, and then you have to create. You either go to in Karachi, you either go to the beach or just sit at home and either go to restaurants. So I think we've been doing this. I've been doing this from about 2007, 2008. We go during the winters, and during that time we 4 or 5 days we go out, camp out in the wilderness. There's no luxuries of life at all, and have a good time there. But more recently, the Offer Pakistan and with Faisal Kabadi and a couple of our friends together, we've actually started doing the relief work. So Offer Pakistan has now more or less become an off-road club as well, while we've also been doing a lot of relief work as well, flood relief and all this thing to be beyond that also.
Okay, my next question is actually related to this relief work. How is that associated with the Off-Roaders Club? Also, what efforts are being taken by the group of people?
It's the linkage is just random. I mean, I think it was because when the floods happened, our 4x4 vehicles were more capable of going deeper into areas where normal vehicles can't go. So that's why we chose to go as a group, because we had sustainability amongst ourselves. If a car breaks down, we had people who can fix it, haul it out. If it gets stuck, pull it out. This capability was within the group itself. So that was just by a marriage of coincidence. And now the relief work, we did about 15 relief missions last year, and we've already done about 5 this year in 2011, and it's already September, and I think we've got a few more planned in the coming weeks. What does happen is every time we decide on going on a relief mission, we raise funds through an organization called SA Relief, which is an international organization, and sarelief.com, where we raise online funds, and as well as from friends around Karachi and Pakistan who donate money, and we buy stuff and actually go out with the group as well as independently. I mean, I think about the you take only one car, like Faisal, me, Rehan, Nabil, the 4 friends of ours who are actually committed to this flood relief mission totally. When the club joins in, it's always a pleasure to have them around. That's the thing.
Right. Awab, you also, like we just mentioned in the beginning, that you are involved into blogging. What, according to you, is the scope of blogging in Pakistan? And what efforts are being taken from your side to encourage people to come into this field?
Blogging is endless scope. It's a potential where people can actually share their opinions, as if potential writers have a good platform to write stuff on it. To me, as I mentioned at the start, to me, I feel blogging is on the downfall. The reason is because social media portals like Facebook and Twitter have overwhelmed us to a great extent. So what is happening is professional journalists are being left at the blogging, or upcoming or probable journalists are now using blogging as a writing platform, while Facebook has more recently has increased the character limit count from 420 to 5,000 characters. That was the turning point, and that's when I realized, it happened only a week back, that's when I realized that so long to blogging, and now it's Facebook. My content or whatever I'll probably write on Facebook and then propagate backwards. Yes, there'll be an issue of my content being hijacked by Facebook, but I don't think that's my concern. I'm just worried about sharing the content with everyone, people reacting to it. And Facebook is a great place where people engage and engage with discussion with you.
Okay. While we were talking about your varied profession, you're also associated with TEDx. So just tell me, what's the importance of TEDx and what advantage is it to Pakistan?
I'm a TED Senior Fellow. I was selected as TED Senior Fellow about a year back, and in that context, it's just to go there and attend a conference there. I think for me it was a life-changing moment, because I saw innovative people, great ideas. I mean, we're stuck in Pakistan with pessimism. We're stuck with Pakistan with all these negative impacts, and we're unable to get out of the rut, and we get stuck into that. So TEDx for me, when I go there, I try to bring that experience back to Karachi with Sharmeen Obechinoy, who's this other TEDx Karachi partner, as well as Asad Rahman, who's based in Dubai. We actually organize events here, and our intention is basically to get great minds, good ideas, innovative ideas, and have them come on stage for a brief 18 minutes and do that. Do a talk, a TED talk, a TEDx Karachi talk, and it's somehow, in the last 2 experiences, we had a great time. Last time that we had in 2011, this July, this May, it was one of our best events that we had. We were quite proud of it. 2012, we will have one, but if we will be able to top the 2012, I sure hope we can. But it's a challenge. We had some great speakers, talked about a variety of topics, and I hope we're going to work on it again this time. It takes about 4 months to prepare for it, so we've got to get on our jobs right now.
That's a lot of time to prepare.
Yeah.
All right. You're also very politically active. How do you put that to use in your daily work?
Well, I think for quite some time I was more like a civil society activist, and my focus was basically just getting people together. In the past few months, I've realized that only talking about civil society gets you nowhere unless you actually go out and vote on the day of the elections to actually change Pakistan. Unless you don't get out, unless the people don't get out to vote, nothing's going to happen. I can scream all day long, anyone can scream all day long, but unless you get out there to vote, that's it. So my focus now in political activism is basically get people to vote, register to vote, and get people out to vote. That's the change. While in my daily life, I think that's the order to chaos I've brought together is basically I was getting distracted to a lot of civil society projects. Now I've kind of channeled down and focusing on civil society as well, but more like political activism, getting people to actually be politically aware and actually going out to vote.
Which is very much needed.
It's definitely, I mean, I'm totally committed that unless you don't vote, Pakistan is going to hell, definitely.
Okay, about what are your future plans?
Future plans? The future plan is basically have Pakistan. I hope we can sustain and keep Pakistan together. The future is, as long as Pakistan's there, as long as there's a brighter future, in that I see a future there. If there's no Pakistan, I don't know what's going on. So my personal plans are basically linked to Pakistan.
Okay, and your message for the nation or for the youth of Pakistan?
Change the country. The country is going down the drain. I think we just have to sit together, and actually believe in ourselves that we have the potential and take that power struggle from the corrupt people, who are the corrupt professional politicians, and take it into our hands. The minute we take it into our hands, we can change and do everything. And Pakistan has tremendous potential. Pakistan is unlimited, and I think we can make a change.
All right. Thank you so much, Awab.
Thank you.
This brings us to the end of this conversation. For more Pakistani profiles, visit our website.